feel like there's someone coming out of my...
From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
From white doves being released into the sky to a wildcat jumping out of a plane, schools all across the Hazleton area school district were kicking off anti-bullying week in some pretty big ways. We'll take a look at all the events right now on News 13. And fire sends an elderly woman to the hospital with burns. More on the blaze later. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Well, are you in blue? All across the nation today, Monday, October 1st, is National Blue Shirt Day, a worldwide day of bullying prevention. Schools all across the Hazleton area school district are kicking off this campaign in a big way. News 13 stopped by the West Hazleton Elementary Middle School Monday morning, where students got the surprise of a lifetime when the school mascot, the Wildcat, jumped out of an airplane. And the surprise got even bigger when the mascot revealed its true identity. So who was hiding under that furry costume? None other than school principal Jocelyn Podlesny. We caught up with Podlesny after her jump.
The Wildcat was fearful, let me tell you. But all the students I asked, and they said that they saw the Wildcat wave. Oh. And we want to get the message that it takes the whole community. That's why everybody's here sending the same message out with us, that bullying is not going to be tolerated, it's not going to be stood for, and we're going to get the message out what to do if it's happening and where to report it.
Podlesny, along with a few others, including District Superintendent Dr. Francis Antonelli, looked down upon over 1,100 students, teachers, and staff members, all lined up to form the words, "No Bullying." Students were also chanting the important message loud and clear. Hazleton's mayor, chief of police, and police officers were also there to show their support. Not only was today filled with several anti-bullying activities, but the entire school year will include an anti-bullying curriculum. And while every school across the Hazleton area school district kicked off Anti-Bullying Awareness Week in their own special way, all made one important promise.
I will speak up, instead of acting as a bystander.
Congressman Lou Barletta recited the promise with the students at the Freeland Elementary Middle School. The promise encourages students to speak up, choose to participate, forgive, accept, and include others, model good behavior, and talk to adults when there is a problem. In addition to that important message, cheerleaders had special anti-bullying cheers prepared for today, and another special guest joined the kickoff too, martial arts instructor Sensei Nevin Baskin, who shared some helpful tips with students.
Well, willpower is very important. So as a martial artist, developing personal skills to improve your willpower at school and have better concentration is how it all started. And from there I realized the behavior aspect of it. So doing the right thing, learning what to do in situations, developing better social skills. And then through social skills, good manners and good posture and good eye contact and things like that, we start teaching them those aspects. And from there, they're less likely to be a victim of bullying.
It's great to be proactive and again have the students participate and see how excited they are and to be able to talk about it and know what to do if you are a victim of bullying rather than keep it to yourself.
I think it was good because after this program people understand what bullying is and how it can hurt people, and I think that it will stop it.
Well, it's good because so no one bullies in the future.
The No Bullying kickoff may have started today, but all week long, the Freeland Elementary Middle School will be holding events to stomp out bullying. Another lawmaker stopped by the Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School today. As a symbol of peace, State Representative Tara Toohill released several white doves into the air while students blew bubbles, symbolizing friendship. Representative Toohill hopes students will reach out when they need someone to talk to.
Obviously, we've had a lot of really horrible events in the community, and there seems to be children that they feel that they can't talk to anyone. So we really do need to work on the family structure and work on our kids knowing that there's someone there. If it's Eagle Scouts, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, music, dance, football, whatever it is, we do need to find an outlet for our kids to express themselves and be around other children.
This initiative started 3 to 5 years ago with a bullying committee trying to get something in place that's going to help with the problem of bullying in our schools and in our communities.
Local communities are 100% on board and have even passed a proclamation that they are active and willing participants in Anti-Bullying Week. Students all across the Hazleton Area School District are sporting the color blue today to prevent bullying. At the 9th grade center, students are wearing a special anti-bullying t-shirt that was designed by a student. The shirt reads, "No bullying, open your heart." We caught up with the designer, Elaine Shee.
I wanted to make two hands coming together. I don't know, like it just represents unity, I guess, in a way, like of all the kids. I think it represents people coming together and kind of like, I'm not gonna say loving each other, but it represents the heart coming together.
9th grade students also participated in various activities inside the classroom. Teachers even put on skits to expose students to realistic situations. Coming up on News 13, with the general election just about 1 month away, some local senior citizens are taking some extra steps to make sure their voices are heard. Plus, this man is now locked up in the Luzerne County Prison facing a long list of charges. Find out what went down in the city of Hazleton over the weekend that landed him in a jail cell.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
3 games to go. Tampa Bay hanging by a thread, literally. We'll find out, well, can Joe Madden and his club pull off a real miracle finish? Here's the way it looks. Let's go right to the wild card standings, and we'll start sorting it out for you. The division thing is still in the balance, but that's between the Yankees and the Orioles. Tampa has no chance to win the American League East. Their only chance is to get in by a wild card. Now, if you look, you see Baltimore and the Yankees there. One of these teams will win the division, and the non-division winner will be in first place for the wild card standings. Meanwhile, the Oakland Athletics are just 1 game behind both Baltimore and New York. Now, here's the deal. Baltimore plays Tampa. Tampa, as you see, are 3 games back. Joe Madden and company have to take all 3 games from the Orioles, and then they've got to hope that the Oakland Athletics lose their series to the Texas Rangers. So it's all going to be very interesting. It could be over as early as tonight. We'll wait and see. But everybody plays Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And the Angels, as you see with the Rays, they're also hanging by a thread. They need a lot of help from everybody else. Here's the schedule for today. As you take a look, there's the Yankees and Red Sox. They start a 3-game series in the Bronx. Meanwhile, the Orioles and Tampa are down at the Trop. We also tell you about the Indians. Their final homestand is against the White Sox, who've dropped out of contention. They need a miracle, too. They're 3 games back with 3 to play. They cannot win a wild card. That's where Russ Kanzer will be playing. As far as the National League, it's really all a moot point. So we'll keep an eye on that American League wild card race to see exactly what took place. Speaking of Kanzler, yesterday he was on the bench, did not play, and his Indians had a slugfest. Kanzler, though, incidentally, is hitting .301. He's had about 80 at-bats, so that's pretty darn good. He's going to get somewhere between 90 and 100 at-bats if he plays in all 3 of these games. So we'll keep an eye on that and check it all out. Now, let's go a little bit closer to home. We got some events going on right now, as a matter of fact. The Lady Cougars, who dropped 2 over the weekend, they're going to try to rebound down at Southern Columbia today. As far as golf, you've got the districts going on today up at Fox Hill. And in boys soccer, North Schuylkill at Jim Thorpe. Girls soccer, Berwick's in to take on the Lady Cougars. Coughlin is at MMI, and Minersville is at North Schuylkill. As far as volleyball, North Schuylkill at Shenandoah Valley, Tri-Valley at Monoy, and Hanover area. They're in town to take on the Cougars at the McGeehan Gymnasium. Let's go to the NFL, where Nate Eaches saw some playing time, but didn't get any touches again. His Chiefs get upended by San Diego. They're 1-3 on the season. Eagle fans, they're just absolutely delirious today as their team got a very improbable win after the Giants had it right in their grasp. The Eagles, 19-7 over the New York Football Giants. Tonight, it's the Bears and the Cowboys down in Dallas. Hey, you know, you might want to start thinking about heating your home this winter. You could do it for less with American Premium Coal Sales. They offer locally mined, quality anthracite at a very, very fair price. It's available for pickup or delivery. And you know, if you order 6 tons or more, you'll qualify for a $10 per ton discount. Now, want more information? You got to contact American Premium Coal Sales. There's the number. It's even toll-free if you're outside of the area. And they're there Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. There's their Saturday hours. Boy, can you beat good old-fashioned anthracite coal to heat your home? Hey, you know, you might want to start thinking about heating your home this winter.
Goodbye, September. Hello, October, and welcome to Trivia Treats. This very day was a famous day in baseball history. October 1st, 1932, exactly 80 years ago today. The scene, Wrigley Field in Chicago. The reason? Game 3 of the World Series between the Yankees and Cubs. The result? Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig each homered twice for a 7-5 New York victory. But in the 5th inning, with the score tied 4-4, something odd happened. Ruth, who had been taunted all day, gestured to the Chicago bench and to Cubs pitcher Charlie Root. He leaned on his bat in the batter's box and purposely watched 2 strikes go past him. He then pointed to the center field bleachers. He then hit the next pitch over the center field wall into the bleachers. The nature, direction, and purpose of Root's gestures have been debated ever since, and it became known as the called shot. Eyewitnesses and earwitnesses' testimony varies, with some saying that Ruth boldly predicted his home run and others denying the claim. Photographs, both still and moving, are inconclusive. At first, Ruth rejected the notion that he called his shot. But as time went on, he embraced the idea and embellished the story to the point where it became difficult to separate legend from fact, and nobody ever has since. Now let's move 30 years closer to 1962. 50 years ago, the same scene, Wrigley Field in Chicago. The Mets closed their first season of existence by dropping a 5-1 decision to the Cubs. In the 8th inning, catcher Joe Pignatano hit into a triple play, which will prove to be his last major league at bat. With a 40 and 120 record in 1962, the Mets set a post-1900 record for most losses in a season, 120. Mother of God. Switching to football. 59 years ago yesterday, in 1953, Baltimore Colts defensive back Burt Rechichar starred during a 13-9 win over the Chicago Bears at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. He ran an interception back for a TD to tie the game at 7-7, and then later the Colts had the ball at midfield with seconds left in the half. It was too far for their regular kicker to try a field goal. However, Rechichar, who kicked in college at Tennessee and had a reputation for being able to boot the ball long distances, was called out to the field. At this point, Rechichar, in his second season, had never even attempted a field goal in an NFL game. But to the amazement of everyone watching, he converted a 56-yard field goal, which was a league record at that time. Rechichar held that record for the next 17 years until 1970, when Tom Dempsey of the Saints kicked the 63-yard field goal, which has stood for the last 42 years, but I do believe it was tied last season. Rechichar played for 9 seasons in the NFL and AFL, but was successful on only 31 of 88 field goal tries. Till Friday, be a good sport. Stay loose.
Good news tonight for all you race fans out there. Next year, there will be even more racing in Long Pond. After 23 years, Pocono Raceway has announced that the IZOD IndyCar Series will hold a race at the track in July. Tickets for the July 7th Pocono IndyCar 400 are already available. Pocono Raceway hosted IndyCar races annually from 1971 to 1989, but since has become best known for its NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. 2 races annually are hosted by Pocono in June and August. The Indy race in Pocono will be quite an important one. The 400-mile event will join the 2013 IZOD IndyCar Triple Crown with a $1 million bonus awarded to a driver who wins at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Pocono Raceway, and the 2013 IndyCar Series season finale at Auto Club Speedway. A driver who wins 2 of the 3 races will be awarded a $250,000 bonus. Raceway officials are pleased to offer the greatest fans in all of motorsports the very best in both stock car and open wheel racing. Up now on your screen, your midday winning lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Your daily number 796, Big 4 9877, your Quinto 94211, and your Treasure Hunt 2351120. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. One quick announcement for this evening. Open registration will be held for Girl Scouts in the greater Hazleton area. Stop by Hazleton City Hall Friday, October 5th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Use the rear entrance and elevator to the second floor auditorium. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Dr. Herman L. Auerbach, formerly of Hazleton, services will be held privately. Kathy Jones, formerly of Hazleton, all services will be held at the convenience of the family from the Harmon Funeral Home. Keith M. McLallen, formerly of Hazleton, arrangements will be announced by the Butler Chapel of the Crop and Hughes Funeral Home. Thelma M. Witkowski of West Hazleton, Mass is Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. from the Transfiguration Church. There will be no public viewing. The Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home is assisting the family. Thomas J. Hoppy of Hazleton, arrangements will be announced by the Butler Chapel of the Crop and Hughes Funeral Home. William J. Watt of Cunningham, funeral is Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. in the Grandview Cemetery. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family. Joyce M. Hunsinger, formerly of Hazleton, private services will be held at the convenience of the family. The Rosenstock Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Margaret M. Veet of Hazleton, funeral is Tuesday at 9 a.m. from the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 4 to 7 p.m. Daniel C. Hinkle of Freeland, funeral is Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. from the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. And George J. Charnigo Jr. of Hazleton. Mass will be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
The general election is about a month away, and some local senior citizens are taking steps to make sure their voices are heard. Around 20 residents of the Patrician Personal Care Home want to vote in this year's election, especially because we will be choosing a new commander-in-chief. So they signed up to receive absentee ballots. News 13 talked with the administrator of the Personal Care Home about why seniors were signing up and why it's an important service for her to provide them.
Well, the residents expressed a desire to vote in this election, and several of them, in fact, the whole house full. And I went to Tara Truehill's office and picked up the forms, and they are now filling out the absentee ballots, and those that aren't registered are going to fill out the registration forms.
And are you kind of surprised that, the residents here take an interest and want to still go out and vote?
I'm very surprised. They're very interested. They know who's running, and they've voiced their opinions.
This is the first time the Personal Care Home has done something like this. McAndrews told us she is happy the residents still want to vote and be a part of choosing new leaders. Remember to exercise your right to vote on November 6th. Did you know that Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States? And every 68 seconds, someone in America develops Alzheimer's. But some folks this weekend laced up their walking shoes, taking steps to find a cure for the debilitating disease. News 13 stopping by Penn State Hazleton Saturday, where Walk to End Alzheimer's was in full swing. This was the 19th year for the walk, held in conjunction with the Fritzingertown Senior Living Community in Drums. All the money raised goes to Alzheimer's Association for research, support, and help for patients.
This is their largest fundraiser of the whole year. This is where half of their money comes from because fundings have been cut. So that's why it's important to have the walk and also to publicize and get it out there about the Alzheimer's Association and that there is help available for people. And people can raise funds all the way through mid-November for the walk. Just because the walk's happening today, we could still raise money for over a month, and we hand it in mid-November, and then we get the walk totals.
Last year's walk to end Alzheimer's raised more than $14,000. This year's goal was $18,000. To send a contribution to the address, it's Walk to End Alzheimer's, 57 North Franklin Street, Wilkes-Barre, 18701, or online at alz.org/PA. Time to check on the forecast, starting first with conditions for our Schuylkill County residents. Your next 24 hours will consist of increasing clouds tonight with a 50% chance of rain, a low down to 51. Heading into our Tuesday, cloudy skies with a high of 66 and a 60% chance of thunderstorms hitting the area. And Jordan Card from the Hazleton Elementary School drew us this very nice picture of him and his family enjoying a sunny day. Thank you to Jordan. Now let's see if the sun is part of Mother Nature's plan for the greater Hazleton area. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a low down to 51 degrees. And into your Tuesday, cloudy skies with a chance of showers and a high of 69 degrees. While many of their husbands were watching football, Sunday was Ladies' Day out at Capriotti's, and some lucky ladies even came home with a brand new handbag. It's a very popular event that Community Services for Sight holds twice a year. The Vera Bradley Tea Fundraiser is a great way to see the new line of purses and accessories while sampling tea and pastries at the same time. And this year was extra special because some of the retired Vera Bradley pieces were up for grabs. President and CEO of Community Services for Sight, Lori Lassant, tells News 13 that the fundraiser benefits many programs and services, and in the end, it's a fun day for the ladies, but an even better day for the many clients who benefit. The organization serves several hundred people from the southern Luzerne, Carbon, and Schuylkill counties. And News 13 will be right back. Fire erupted inside a Hazleton City home today. One person burned and breathed in too much smoke. The story still ahead tonight. Flames erupt inside a Cleveland Street home in the city of Hazleton. One person was reportedly burned and took in too much smoke. Details surrounding this afternoon fire is where we begin right now on News 13.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Flames erupted this afternoon in the city of Hazleton, sending one person to the hospital for burns and smoke inhalation. News 13, they're at 605-607 North Cleveland Street in the city. Firefighters worked feverishly to put out the flames at the double-block home. Luzerne County 911 first received a hang-up call from the 605 side of the home, and then moments later a second call was made to 911 reporting the house was on fire. That's when Police Chief Frank DeAndrea, who was nearby, raced to the scene and found the fire. He helped make sure everyone was out safely while firefighters got to work dousing the blaze.
County radio had called back and, shortly after saying it was a 911 hang-up at 607 Cleveland Street. County radio had contacted us back and advised us that now they got a second call and that it might be a fire. So I stopped fuel in my vehicle, and recognizing that I could respond a lot quicker than the fire department who has to muster a crew, I immediately drove up here, at which time I could confirm to the fire department that it is in fact a working fire. The elderly residents from 605 and 607 are on their way out. I assist the neighbors in just taking them the rest of the way across the street safely.
We're awaiting PSP. We're going to be digging the fire to see what the origin and cause was. Right now, it appears it started in the kitchen area of the home. However, at this time, the fire is being listed as undetermined until we do our investigation.
It was an elderly woman who was hurt, and tonight we have no word on her condition. Police Chief DeAndrea praised the fast and hard work of the fire department. Fire crews are still investigating this fire with the help of a state police fire marshal. The 607 side sustained fire damage, while the 605 side had heavy smoke damage. A man with a knife slashed one person and assaulted others during a brawl early Saturday evening in the city of Hazleton. This is 31-year-old Jose Martinez of Hazleton. He's locked up in the Luzerne County Prison tonight, facing a long list of serious charges. Police were called to the area of Laurel and Green Streets around 6 Saturday night, where there was reportedly a fight in progress. Police tell News 13 that they witnessed Martinez assaulting one of the victims. Martinez used a knife, causing a laceration to one of the victims' back, while two other victims suffered facial injuries after being punched by Martinez. All three victims needed medical attention. No word on what or who sparked this city brawl. Local and state police wanted your drugs over the weekend. Abuse of prescription drugs have been increasing at an alarming rate, so much that the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General has teamed up with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration and local law enforcement officials from across the state in support of the 4th nationwide Prescription Take Back Day. News 13 stopping by one local drug take back station set up at the Giant in Hazleton, with city police manning the effort. It's an initiative and community service program that not only draws awareness to the dangers of prescription drug abuse, but provides safe, legal, and environmentally friendly ways of disposing unused, unneeded, or expired prescription drugs. The service is free and anonymous.
We're collecting up old or unneeded prescription drugs. In addition, any drugs that somebody that may be illegal also can be turned in. We haven't seen any of that today, but in the past we have. This is our second time doing it this year, and we've seen a tremendous response of people coming in and dropping off their unneeded drugs, including doctors' offices.
This was not the only local spot to drop off unwanted or expired drugs. McAdoo police were on hand doing the same at the police station, and there were several other drop-offs in Schuylkill County. Last April, Americans turned in 276 tons of prescription drugs at more than 5,600 sites nationwide. Rates of prescription drug abuse in the United States are alarmingly high, as are the number of accidental poisonings and overdoses due to these drugs. Are you in blue? All across the nation today, Monday, October 1st, is National Blue Shirt Day, a worldwide day of bullying prevention. Schools all across the Hazleton Area School District are kicking off this campaign in a big way. News 13 stopping by the West Hazleton Elementary Middle School Monday morning, where students got the surprise of a lifetime when the school mascot, the Wildcat, jumped out of an airplane. And the surprise got even bigger when the mascot revealed its true identity. So who was hiding under that furry costume? None other than school principal Jocelyn Podlesny. We caught up with Podlesny after her jump.
The Wildcat was fearful, let me tell you. But all the students I asked, and they said that they saw the Wildcat wave. Oh! And we want to get the message that it takes the whole community. That's why everybody's here sending the same message out with us, that bullying is not going to be tolerated, it's not going to be stood for, and we're going to get the message out what to do if it's happening and where to report it.
Podlesny, along with a few others, including District Superintendent Dr. Francis Antonelli, looked down upon over 1,100 students, teachers, and staff members, all lined up to form the words, "No Bullying." Students were also chanting the important message loud and clear. West Hazleton's mayor, chief of police, and police officers were also there to show their support. Not only was today filled with several anti-bullying activities, but the entire school year will include an anti-bullying curriculum. Well, every school across the Hazleton Area School District kicked off Anti-Bullying Awareness Week in their own very special way. All made one important promise.
I will speak up. Instead of acting. As a bystander.
Congressman Lou Barletta recited the promise with students at the Freeland Elementary Middle School. The promise encourages students to speak up, choose to participate, forgive, accept and include others, model good behavior, and talk with adults when there's a problem. In addition to that important message, cheerleaders had special anti-bullying cheers prepared for today. And another special guest joined the kickoff too, martial arts instructor Sensei Nevin Baskin, who shared some helpful tips with students.
Well, willpower is very important. So as a martial artist, developing personal skills to improve your willpower at school and have better concentration is how it all started. And from there I realized the behavior aspect of it. So doing the right thing, learning what to do in situations, developing better social skills. And then through social skills, good manners and good posture and good eye contact and things like that, we start teaching them those aspects. And from there, they're less likely to be a victim of bullying.
It's great to be proactive and again have the students participate and see how excited they are and to be able to talk about it and know what to do if you are a victim of bullying rather than keep it to yourself.
I think it was good because after this program, people understand what bullying is and how it can hurt people, and I think that it will stop it.
Well, it's good because so no one bullies in the future.
The No Bullying Kickoff may have started today, but all week long, the Freeland Elementary Middle School will be holding events to stomp out bullying. Another lawmaker stopped by the Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School today. As a symbol of peace, State Representative Tara Toohill released several white doves into the air, while students blew bubbles, symbolizing friendship. Representative Toohill hopes students will reach out when they're in need for someone to talk to.
Obviously, we've had a lot of really horrible events in the community, and there seems to be children that they feel that they can't talk to anyone. So we really do need to work on the family structure and work on our kids knowing that there's someone there. If it's Eagle Scouts, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, music, dance, football, whatever it is, we do need to find an outlet for our kids to express themselves and be around other children.
This initiative started 3 to 5 years ago with a bullying committee trying to get something in place that's going to help with the problem of bullying in our schools and in our communities.
Local communities are 100% on board and have even passed a proclamation that they are active and willing participants in Anti-Bullying Week. Keep it here on News 13. We'll take a full look at your forecast for the first week of October. Plus, we'll head to the pumpkin patch to find that perfect pumpkin for the fall season. And we just happened to find a familiar face also hunting for pumpkins. Time to check on the forecast, starting first in Schuylkill County. Tonight we're going to see increasing clouds with a chance of rain, about 50%, and your low hitting 51 degrees. Taking a look at the 4-day outlook in Schuylkill County. On your Tuesday, showers are likely with a possible thunderstorm, a high of 66 degrees and a low of just 60 degrees. And then on Wednesday, we're going to see scattered showers and more thunderstorms headed our way. Your high of 72 degrees and a low of 56. Thursday and Friday, partly sunny with your high hitting 71 for Thursday and down to 51 at night. And Friday, we're going to see mostly sunny skies with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. And Jordan Card from the Hazelton Elementary School drew us this very nice picture of him and his family enjoying a sunny day. Thanks to Jordan, let's check out if Mother Nature is planning some sunshine for us. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a low down to 51 degrees. Taking a look at the 4-day outlook, we're going to see some showers likely on Tuesday with a high of 69 degrees. Your low down to 61. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high of 71 degrees. Your low 56 degrees. Thursday and Friday, we're going to see partly sunny skies, both in the 60s for your high. Your high for Thursday, 66 degrees, your low reaching 49, and for Friday, 68 for the high and 47 degrees for your low. And tonight's forecast brought to you by Sand Springs Country Club with weekly restaurant specials every night, served with soup or salad. Tonight's special, a turkey dinner just under $9, bread grilled golden Swiss cheese stacked high with turkey, 1,000 Island dressing, and coleslaw served with chips and pickles. They're located at 10 Clubhouse Drive in Drums. Give them a call, 788-5845. As the fall-like weather rolls on, families from all over head to the nearest pumpkin patch to pick the perfect pumpkin. And picking a perfect pumpkin may be harder than you think, considering there's so many different kinds out there. Big, small, miniature, white, baking, school, peanut, Cinderella, the list goes on. But one thing is for sure, you are sure to find them all at Pumpkin Hill Produce Farms in Nescapac. And if you haven't picked your first pumpkin yet, now's certainly the right time. Pumpkin season is in full swing, so whether you are carving out your favorite Halloween face or adding some fall decoration to your home, the perfect pumpkin is definitely waiting to be picked. And it looks like someone has already found his perfect pumpkin. This is Kristen Basinski's little man, Nathan. He picked out this 10-pounder over the weekend. Nathan plans on carving a cool creation out of his pumpkin, then baking the seeds for a yummy treat. Well, the borough of Cunningham is closer to seeing a new tavern move into town. Council met today regarding the tavern and restaurant said to be constructed along Main Street, where a bakery once called home. Council did not take action regarding the special exception already granted to the person hoping to build the establishment.
Today basically was an executive session to talk about the special exception granted to the tavern. And at that time, we spoke and met, and we decided that no action was needed but on council for the special exception that was granted.
The tavern will reportedly serve up handcrafted beer, but the owner needed some special exceptions to open. The owner says he will add lighting, parking, and will have to add some structure. But he plans on keeping the Victorian look of Cunningham. The Main Street Tavern would be located at 309 Main Street. Additional outdoor lights will be installed in the front of the building as well as on the north side and garage area where 15 or more parking spaces are planned. The paperwork said that. No new buildings will be constructed, but Ebel plans to give the structure a more Victorian look. And he said it will blend with the Cunningham look. More news is headed your way here on News 13, including news from the sports world with Freddie B. And later, from reptiles to ice cream, one local college campus had a little bit of everything at a weekend celebration. We head to Penn State Hazleton next. In light of all the negativity and sadness surrounding Penn State pride lives on in many, and this weekend marked a day for the Nittany Lions at our local campus of Hazleton to share their school spirit and their school with the community. There was something for everyone at the annual Community Day celebration at PSU Hazleton, from reptiles to delicious Penn State ice cream to live entertainment. Bottom line, it was a great family fun day for everyone. Displays were on hand from student groups and even educational activities for the kids. Hazleton's Dawn even had a great basket filled with goodies up for raffle. The Nittany Lion was on hand for pictures all afternoon, spreading Penn State spirit. Many former Nittany Lions were on hand to help make this event extra special. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just simply go to our website, SSPTV.com, where you'll find everything Greater Hazleton, Schuylkill County, and beyond, just one click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, good night, and we will see you on Tuesday.